Lovers and inspirers!
Why are people going so crazy when I mention lovers and inspirers? Raising a community, I'm raising a certain set of people.
Effectively, what we are and what we stand for as a community is transformation.
Society will limit us to think that we can't become anybody. But I'm here to tell you tonight that you've been called out.
5,000 plus people coming through our doors.
There's a count of leadership, there's a count of mentorship, there's a count of people that can actually give you a better perspective to life.
That is what we do. We impact lives.
The more that I stayed around and the more people I met and I encountered, I started being filled with the same passion that I saw them.
Welcome to Lovers and Inspirers.
L.I.
When I was down bad, I didn't see you there. Now you're always around.
So, I'm here in Haggerston. Basically, I'm gonna go to a service, right? A service that's called New Fire. I would call it a spiritual service, you know, where they talk about God and also they talk about progress. And they have some people over there that have a lot of connections and you know, their services are always banging. You know, like the services that you see in American movies. Every time I go there, it's like I'm going to a party. Let's get in, bro. I have arrived at Haggerston Community Centre. Oh, I know this guy. Yeah, I'm making a vlog about this event, you know? Yeah, nice to meet you too.
I'm ready for you.
Yeah, I'm Tomo. Nice to meet you. How are you, man?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Yeah, very good. So, can you say hello to my video?
Hello, guys.
Don't mess with him. I saw him in action. Like, if you see him, behave. Be on your best behavior. Yeah. So we are getting in. Already made like 2 friends. You follow, yeah.
How you doing? You good?
Yeah. How are you, man? Good to see you.
So yeah. Just go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Hey. Go Malik! Go Malik! Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, Moscow gang. Moscow gang. Say something in Russian. Скажи что-то по-русски.
Здравствуйте. Enjoy yourself for a minute and talk to people and get to know them before we start, yeah? Listen, I'll see you guys there.
Lovers and inspirers!
That's better. So we have a few things today, from performances, poetry and so on. So I'm just going to call our first person, who is an amazing young lady.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Michelle. I'm 16 years old, and today I'll be performing a poem that I wrote, which is called Generational Doom, Who Are the Culprits? Curse. Noun. A cause of harm or misery. I'll be cursed. Now, I say we because it's hard to differentiate between the victims and the offenders. Back in Nigeria, you grew up in poverty, struggling to survive. One meal a day was never going to suffice. You married the wrong man, overworked and underpaid in the burning African sun. Finally moved to England, but a brand new cycle of pain had just begun. Surely that's not an excuse for you to cast hurtful words upon your child. The presence of your pain can't be the absence of ours. 1 out of 11 adults aged 18 to 74 experienced emotional abuse before the age of 16. As a person, as a parent, as a soul, all you're doing is increasing this statistic for the next generation. You reap what you sow. I'm sure we all grew up with that phrase ingrained into our minds, placed there by our parents. So why are we as children facing the repercussions of a seed that we never planted? Why are you telling your son he's useless because he requires extra assistance with his schoolwork? Because he forgot to complete a chore? More, there's more. Why are you shouting at your child because you had a long and stressful day at work? We seek comfort in you. We want to tell you about our day, but you finding time for us is like looking for a needle in a stack of hay. Hey, how was your day? Your daughter greets you at the door and is met with a scream. You claim you're making the hairs on your head turn grey. You just want to be left alone, right? But all we crave is quality time. Now don't get me wrong. We see and recognize your suffering. Never have we disputed that your life couldn't have been easy, but now we get queasy when someone raises a hand to us.
TV, we look like crazy people. I was not taken like by the club rock. No way. At the age of 15, we had access to machines, guns. Guns are bigger, bro. There was no sitting on the fence. I'm bucking the Arabs, I'm bucking the Sheikhs. Well, good now. That's me. That's my branding. How do I keep drilling and cover it up that was a good look for the community? How do I do that? I wasn't trying to change that. That is what I was sticking to, and that was meant to be the main flipping plan.
Oh,
I feel so good. Wow. My name is Pastor Alex, and welcome to Lovers and Inspirers. You might be thinking to yourself, why are people going so crazy when I mention Lovers and Inspirers? People are going crazy because they know what we're about to do within this community. We've been doing this thing for, I've personally been doing this thing for 10 years straight, a decade straight of going into the community. I personally, myself, raised millions and put it back into my community. I'm from Brixton. Part of my life from Brixton and part of my life from Croydon, but I like just going into London and actually raising a community and raising a certain set of people. So we've been doing this for years. So when I take a look at some of the lovely faces, the young people, I don't just look at you and see somebody who's just got their hood up, for example, like my friend over here. I see somebody who is actually going to be a future leader and that's going to impact their community in the same way that we impacted ours. Yeah? 100%. So, what the hell did this thing do to me? I'll tell you a brief overview about my story. So when I was 19 years old, 10 years ago, I'm 29 now. When I was 19 years old, my best friend got stabbed to death. Set my whole area into a pandemonium. I didn't know exactly what the hell to do with my life. I thought I was going to be a professional footballer. I did, and then the same old story happened of me doing my Achilles heel. Everybody got injured and nobody actually became a footballer. But what happens after that? What happens after your childhood dream gets shattered in front of your face? Pastor Ray, you're in the building. We had the same dream, right? Who here wanted to be a footballer when they was younger? Put your hand up. Half the room. What happens when your dream gets shattered? What happens when you're in a community where success looks like the local drug dealer, or the success looks like the rapper and it's like 1 in 100 rappers blow from your area? What happens when you're neither those things? You encounter somewhere like this. And like I said to you before, over the past 10 years, I've run multiple businesses. I now run something called Limitless XYZ, which is a great studio that's hosted the likes of people like a Nines, a Davido, a Smeekbo, every single UK artist you could possibly think of, and Afrobeat artists. We've actually come into our studio, we've hosted it. We've held producing 5,000 plus people coming through our doors throughout the whole entire year. That is what we do. We impact lives. Stephen doesn't need an intro. Yeah, take that.
Okay, guys, I go by the name of S. Rose for the
fearless. Everything unfair that really happened to me. Yeah. If you've never been caged, how can you ever be free? If my life was a book, I'll title it compete. The death contending for my life before I could breathe. Fear is just false emotions appearing real. What else? I knew the risk of my first drill when I done it still. What else? They wonder why I resist thousands to get to mills. The fair kill more G's than failure ever will.
And this is what we do. We gather people. We've opened up our houses to the community and been leaders.
This was 2019. 6 years ago, gathering in a place called Wapping Wall. if I remember rightly.
That's also known as the Love House.
Also known as the Love House. Is there anybody from the Love House? So what this picture actually is, let me actually shout out Pastor Mariam. What she actually used to do is, she actually used to open her house every single weekend, and she just used to host people. There'd be loads of food there. I knew I was more. I knew that what I could see around me wasn't going to be the be-all and end-all of my life. There had to be more. And I feel like there's people in the crowd now that just know within themselves that they've always been a different person within their family.
Yes, sir.
They've always known that they were called to bring impact to their society, but they just didn't know how. These were the houses, the hubs, and this is us gathering or doing something that we call a takeover. What does a takeover mean? A takeover means we're just going to pull up outside a chicken shop, a JD, or whatever it is. Oh, you're looking at me, right? We're going to get, don't worry, Pastor Kim. We're going to pull up anywhere we are just to show our love for our community. That is what we do. I just want you to talk about how you two met first, and then we're going to get on to what you actually currently do now, and what you've been managing to do or exceeded to do with the lives in which you're impacting now.
Okay, so there's two things that I'm working on. So I run a mobile hair spa in and out of London. So I service hundreds of people every single month, looking after their natural hair, employing people, providing jobs, employment.
Extremely humble, right? Go on your phones right now, on your TikToks, and type in K Cyrus. Like, she's being humble, very humble.
Yes, so we do that. That's going extremely well. And
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Look, we're in a new era, but I ain't buying cat. I got a million up, so what's 100 bags? If you're still on your face, you ain't afford to stand. Lost millions, no loan, I still bounce back. I'm in a fast lane, cruising to some slow jams. Kill the vibe in the car when my phone rang, blue lights in my rear view, but it's only the ambulance. They want me dead, I rest in peace, I ain't panicking. Street savior, I laid orders as a teenager. Voice in the streets, I could have been new as mayor. I'm so active, I made my block pay taxes, I got PTSD from the shooters and stabbings, from murder to millions, court cases to limitless. I died to live and redefine what women is. Mish, ain't spoken in a while, but it's still love. And we don't know half our ops, but they know us. They're only fooling cause they're playing in the wrong arena. You can't learn to be rich from a broke teacher. They're like S when you gonna drop a new song. I've been busy with some things I can't speak on. I reach for the stars, let them in the ceiling. I'm guided by angels, but I reason with demons. Rolex at the ride, I've been racing time. Countless time to time my hand, but couldn't case my mind. The concrete jungle's where I rose from. Ever seen a red beam on your own mum? I got scars on my body cause I don't run, and I'm the light, they wanna switch off, cause I'm so on. My life's a series, I've got endless episodes. We had an air ambulance over pepper clothes, and there's some things in my past that I don't condone. Used to party to the moon and CK soul was whole. When 3-6 died, I cried the whole night. I witnessed death in the flesh back in year 9. Visualize snippets of my life, pick any verse. The streets was a blessing saint. I'm on the motorway, 57 minutes from home. Feel like it's me against the wall, so I created my own. I see clear from a range when I'm driving the road, but I'm closer to the stars when I'm driving the road. By the time we switch gears, last year's work ain't this year's.
Love the energy. Good evening, everyone. My name is Pastor Tiffany, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm absolutely loving service so far, loving all the stories we've heard. And I don't know if you've managed to catch most of their stories or certain bits from their stories, but effectively what we are and what we stand for as a community is transformation. Every single person who's come up and spoken, they've been able to tell you who they were before and who this community has made them into, what the word and what leadership has made them into. And I have a simple job. I'm just going to introduce the word before it comes up, but really just to share bits of my own story as well, because what my personal understanding and encounter of the word is something that challenges you and challenges what you think you're capable of. Because like I say, many of the people who've come up, we've heard only 3 stories, but there's tens more in this room. Any person you can speak to, tap them and ask them what their story is and what their journey has been. But every single person will be able to tell you the word has made them into something that they never thought they could be. One thing that we always find, I think, in our community is we tend to limit ourselves to the things that we've seen. So you might be there and you think, okay, what you're aspiring to be is what your mum is, or what your friends are, what the people in your community are, but there's so much more outside of that you can become. And that's what this community has done for me and for many other people. So to get into my story a little bit, I joined when I was 19 years old. I was just a girl, finished my first year of uni, and I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to do. I didn't grow up in London. I was never really meant to stay in London, I'll be honest. But what happened to me was I encountered this community. We were based in Shoreditch at the time, obviously now we're in Hackney, and it completely changed my life. It completely changed the way that I see myself, the things that I believed I was capable of, and I stumbled onto it by accident. But the people I saw in that room, I remember my very first day, the people I saw and their passion for changing not only their own lives, but changing the lives of every single person that walked in the door, inspired me. And you'd hear stories like the stories we've heard today already, and it just made you want to stay around, you know, and to learn more and find out what they were doing. And I know early on when I joined, I ended up joining the Love House, led by PM. Shout out to them. And early on, the first thing she would always instruct me to do was to be present, just be around. And I would always wonder, like, what does that mean? What do you mean by be present? So I ended up doing everything and anything. Like, I would come every week. I volunteered to be an usher. I was welcoming people at the door. Then I joined the choir. Then I joined the cleaning team. I was cleaning off the service or serving food. Like, I was just doing anything to be around and meet more people and learn more and get involved with what I saw in front of me. And in that time, I think the more that I stayed around and the more people I met and I encountered, I started being filled with the same passion that I saw them. I would wonder, why are you so passionate about my life? You don't know me from anywhere. I've never met you in my life, but you go out of your way to try and help me. Lord, as you draw me, I'm desperate for you.
Wow. Just greet your neighbor, turn around to your neighbor and say welcome.
Welcome.
Introduce yourself to your neighbor.
Yeah, you see, that's what we do.
Don't be shy, man. Don't be shy.
Hello. I'm doing a vlog about this meeting for my YouTube channel, yeah.
Let's get out. So, Ty, tell me, who did you speak to?
I know some cool people. What?
I just found out that she likes little baby.
Thank you for that. Thank you. I'll keep it to you guys 7 years ago.
Pastor James Musa.
I was once in the same position like you. I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I was lost, I was confused, I was broken. But after encountering Pastor Alex in college, that's what allowed my life to change. That's what introduced me to this family, that's what introduced me to this work. So standing here and speaking to you so boldly, if you met me 7 years ago, I wouldn't have nothing to say to you at all. In fact, I was confused. The way that my life was going, it was going downhill. My parents, I'll leave it as that. But my sister showed me how to become a better person in life. They didn't show me how to become a leader at all. But after encountering this family, after encountering leadership, and after encountering the word, the same thing that I'm speaking to you today, the same thing that I'm giving to you today is what changed my life, is what introduced me to what it means to be a leader, is what introduced me to what it means to become a nation builder, a nation changer, someone that can change their community, someone that can change the lives of other people who sat around them and that's located around them. If it wasn't for this work, if it wasn't at the age of 14, if you encountered this family, this work, this house, if his life wouldn't have changed. Same way I'm speaking to you right now, there's many of you that's here that I met last week. For example, my brother, you're 14 or 15. You're the same age as that person that died last week. But then you've walked into this family, you've walked into this house, and at the end of the day, what's going to happen is that your perspective is going to change. You're going to do a whole 360, similar to what happened to me as well. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Fun fact, you're younger than me. So at the age of 14, if you're walking into this, it allows your perspective to change. It allows everything that's going around you. The conversation that we had last week, I began to pitch to you about my life. I began to show you how my life was. And I began to tell you that if you were to change the people around you, if you were to change your society and the people that you hang around with, all of a sudden what would happen is that the way of life that you're going through right now, it will begin to change. So what happens? What happens if you want to change your life? The first thing that you need to do is encounter a house like this, is encounter leadership, is encounter mentorship, is encounter people that can actually give you a better perspective to life. People that can give you a narrative to life that the ends can't. That the people from the ends actually can't. That's what you need to. That's what this house is about. Leadership. So what happens? I think what we've seen is that from that 14-year-old, society actually likes to talk.
Healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness?
Simply all the scriptures speaking about is leadership. Simply that's what it's speaking about, where it says, if you can read it again for me, then
the eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. Meaning that if your perspective change, and it's a perspective of leadership, of somebody that's gone ahead of you, somebody that's got a story, somebody that's gone through life, that would mean that you won't have to go life the same way that you want. You won't have to go life through that path that society wants you to go down through. That's what the scripture is speaking about. If your whole body or your whole eyes is full of light. Continue. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness.
But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. So what they're speaking about, if you go through that road where there's no leadership, if you decide to take life your own way, and if you decide to take life at your own course, what would happen? Just like what I mentioned in terms of what society has taught us as black people, as guys, as boys growing up in the ends, is that all you can become, is somebody that's very mediocre, somebody that's very basic, somebody that can't achieve anything in life, somebody that has no prospect. Is either, for example, somebody like myself growing up in Brixton, South London, Brixton, all I was taught is to become either a gangster or sell drugs, and that's what gangsters do, or do fraud. But however, that's not the life that I wanted to go down. After encountering this work, after encountering this family, my perspective changed. I grew a healthy life. I grew a healthy perspective. Continue.
If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness?
So, how great is that darkness? If your eyes, if you can read that again.
If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness?
So if you're surrounded by by the wrong society, if you're surrounded by the wrong people in life, this is what it speaks about. This is what the scripture is speaking about. How great is that darkness? Meaning that all you got to do to change your perspective, all you got to do to change your life is change the people that's around you. The moment that you begin to change those people around you, you see that your whole life will do a 360. Your perspective to life will begin to change. You won't have the same perspective anymore. So like I was saying, in terms of society, what society has taught us is to fix our eyes on the wrong things. But what happens if you begin to fix your eyes on the right things? Like I mentioned about helping people, saving lives, raising leaders, raising people, showing people another way of life. Change the things around you. That means you can control the narrative. You don't need to worry about anything else. All that you need to do is believe. Hold on to this word. Hold on to this message. Same way that I did 7 years ago. It changed my life. The people that you heard that came up, what happened? They heard the word. They heard this message. For a CJ, if you want to do music, all you simply need to do is believe. Things will happen in life. That's the issues of life. Things are always going to happen. Things are always going to happen in your lifetime. But once you believe anything is possible, you become unstoppable. You become that person that you've been set up to be. So each and every single person in here have been called to be somebody of greatness, somebody of substance. But our society will limit us to think that we can't become anybody. But I'm here to tell you tonight that you've been called out.
Yes, sir.
I'm here to tell you tonight that you've been called to be somebody good. I'm here to tell you that tonight. So what happens when I came into this family? I heard words of you can become a leader. You're a leader, sorry. You're not meant to be normal. You're called to be bigger. So what would happen if you're constantly hearing that word? You're called to be a leader. You're not made to be somebody normal. You're not made to be somebody that can just go through life. Automatically that shifts your mindset. Automatically that shifts your perspective. Automatically the way that you're going through life, it shifts. What happens if you're hearing words like that constantly, day in, day out? You're a leader, you're a leader, you're a leader. You're called out to be greater in life. You're called out to be better in life. You're bigger than this. What happens? The things that you're going through, all the battles that you're going through become smaller. They become smaller. All these challenges, all these things that you go through, they become like nothing. You begin to walk over your challenges. You begin to walk over those issues that you're going through in life. Because why? You've been called out to be great. You've been called out to be leaders. So what happens with leaders? Leaders are people that can change the narrative of their society. I'm going to repeat that again. Leaders are people that are called out to change the narrative of their society. Those are leaders. That's what you've been called out to do. As a 14-year-old, you've been called to be a leader. What if you begin to take this word seriously? If you begin to, everything I'm saying, if you take it seriously, what happens? Your mindset shifts. Everything that you go through life becomes irrelevant. Everything, all the problems, everything that you're going through, all the problems, all the thoughts that you're having just becomes nothing. They become small. But that's what happens when you begin to take this work seriously. That's what happens when you begin to take the message seriously. That's what happens when you begin to take what's being said seriously. You're called to be somebody of influence. You're called to be somebody great. Society wants to limit you. Our parents, our family, everything around us wants to limit us. Everything around us wants to keep us in a box. Everything around us wants to make us small. But I'm here to tell you tonight that you're called to be great. You're called to be leaders. What happens? Hackney is looking for a leader. And the leaders that Hackney is looking for is sat here today. The leaders that our society is looking for. The people that's going to change the world to come. The people that's going to have an impact in the world to come is sat here in this room right now. But all you need to do is believe. If you believe anything is possible. At the age of 14, you're privileged. The reason why I say you're privileged is because you're hearing a message about being a leader. At the age of 14, I wasn't hearing this. But what makes them leaders is the fact that they took this message seriously. The fact that the same message that I'm saying, they took it seriously when they had the opportunity. So this opportunity is also being given to you as well. So you can take this work seriously. You can take this message seriously as well if you want to. It's a decision. Decisions decide destiny. Thank you, my brother.
LinkedIn at Kareem Shaw, or you can follow us on private groups, that's I, and then RXCR UPLIFT, or you can scan that barcode if you guys want to. You can register your whatever it is that you're looking for, and yeah, I'll be.
What can you help me with?
I can help you with your uni work.
Good question.
My uni work, what else?
No, I can definitely help you. We do roles, CV workshops, employability workshops. I do review CVs. I know I spoke to a young lady today that I'll be reviewing her CV.
That's what I like in him, the facilitator.
Track to the top and get employed by the end of this week. So yeah, so. Thank you very much. Thank you. Honestly.
You can see the atmosphere is buzzing. Yeah, everyone is like talking to each other, networking. You know, they got pizza over there as well. I'm trying to see if I can get some because I'm hungry, boy. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, I'm gonna try to meet some people, maybe hopefully do some like video shootings with them if they're down for it. Yeah, but so far it was very inspiring. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, many great people here, many professionals.
Day-to-day battles, reaching the soul and the mind. No pain, no gain. See, can you find? Only real eyes can be reaching the lies. Truth in the lies. Wasn't it the best? So I have to warn you why I'm the truth for your eyes. Tested the vibe, tested by you, shining my time. Put on the mark, got to the vibe. Fake guys been wondering with you feel like a crime. Stuck in the mud, but surrounded by light. So when you leave, see can you find them a gem in the mind, but we trapped in the mind, even though the soul shines.
Go Malik, go Malik, go Malik.
I'ma go my own way. Grew up in the world where I had no say. Remember feeling no name. Grew up in the wild. Couldn't fit in my shoes as I walk 100 miles. Truth gave me life. Numbers gave me more days. Do more, speak less, speak less, speak less. Sacrifice it all. There weren't nothing left. Greatness is the goal. Can never settle for less. Giving it my all. I'ma be amongst the best. Following the lead and not following our steps. Following the lead and not following our steps. I was in the trap. That's what I left. Left it behind, man. I had to forget. Now I'm fighting for progress. Came from a hard place. I'll never stop it. That's what